double figures the other night, and that's a fine. You can only nominate one girlfriend, and if you touch any other girl in public, that's automatic PDA, that's a fine. They have fun with it, and they've done it, they got a little book, and they're up to about $500 right now with the money they got in there that they get off each other for the silliest things. But at least it's not something that's negative. It's something that's positive. They have fun with it, and we go from there. So communication, motivation, discipline. The last one is tactics. Tactics is X and O's, where we're at on the court. Now, again, I use this one last because I think it's probably the smallest thing in being a great coach. If you want to be a great coach, you focus on some of these other things. And you have to know your tactics. You have to know your X and O's. But it's the easiest thing to learn. I mean, if you're around the sport and you're observing and you watch what's going on and you go watch other great coaches, where to be and when to be there on the court is probably the easiest thing to learn. Every coach that coaches in my league knows where to, X and O's, tactics and where to be. They know it. Now, it's how they deal with players and how they get along and what rules they set and where they, can they motivate, whatever it may be. It's all these other things that they don't do that may make it an issue for them. But where to be on the court, they know that stuff. It's pretty easy. Developing practice plans. I mean, if you sit down and really think about what you need to do and to make your team better, you can systematically develop practice plans and so forth. You can go to somebody who can do that. That's the easiest part. So don't put so much focus on that, and don't let other individuals put that much focus on that. People come up to me all the time and go, oh, well, maybe you should have did this in the fourth quarter. Maybe I should have. That ain't where we lost the game at. We lost the game probably before we ever got there because we didn't train properly, or because I didn't get this guy head right, or me and this guy wasn't on the same page, or whatever it may be. It's probably a lot of other reasons that person don't know the reason why we lost that game. And then some nights, guess what? Another team's just better. That's the bottom line. I mean, nobody wants to say it. Somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to lose. Some nights, another team's just better, and that's it. So communication, motivation, discipline, and tactics are the four things that I'll focus on. There's probably 6 or 7 other things you could really put in there depending on what level you're coaching in and what sport you're coaching in to also make you a better coach. Any questions? Yes, when we had our win streak was 21 games long, which is the 3rd longest winning streak in professional sports history in the world, in the entire world. What I did is I don't focus on the large group. Me personally, it's about the process. It's about what you do every day in training. What do you do when you walk in there? What attitude you have? How hard we're going to work on this shooting drill, on all these small stuff to process. And if we do all this stuff, we're going to give our chance to win. And we just had a better chance than most of the teams to win those games. And it just kept stacking up. But we never ever, I think when we got we were playing Singapore, and it was like the game to break the record. And I was like, hey, we can do something pretty special here if we win tonight. And that's the only time I ever spoke about it. And didn't speak about it before then or ever after then. Because it was more important about the process. And that's where we're 4-0 right now, and everybody's walking around going, good job, you're 4-0. Right now, our process is not where it needs to be. So I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm happy that we're 4-0, and our process is not right, but I want our process to be right because it's going to show up. It's going to rear its ugly head here soon if we don't get our process right. We're just winning now because we got better athletes. That's the bottom line. We're not doing the things we should to win. So you focus on the process, and you don't have to worry about the end result. The end result will take care of itself. With the players being mentally fatigued, trying to create a fun environment. You can't work hard and have a fun environment. Some of the things we do is we cross-train. So, like when we played the Tigers in the finals, first time the Bullets have been there in 20 years, and we had media all around the court, and tons of people there, and we played dodgeball. And people were like, what the hell is going on? They're going to play the biggest game in the last 20 years of the Bullets, and we played dodgeball. Because the group had an edge on them that I didn't like. They were a little bit nervous and cranky and tired, so we did something totally out of their scope, and it just broke their concentration from all the stress and made it fun for them, and then they were able to go out and play basketball. And so try to do different things, just think outside the box. And we play cricket a lot. We play American football. We play Aussies, American football versus the world. I'm on the world team, of course. Uh, Dylan Boucher, all the New Zealanders on the world team. CJ don't know where he's at, American or Australian, I don't have a clue. But we just do a lot of things to keep it fun and light, but we know that still these things have to be accomplished today in training. I don't care how fun or light it is, these things have to be accomplished, and if we do those, hey guys, we're going to be great, we're going to be positive. I'm an optimistic person, so just sharing that with our guys. We have, out of our 10 players, 7 of them rate really high on optimism. The other 3 or 4 are pretty pessimistic. But again, you need all personality types, but they help keep it fun and light. This is the funnest group I've ever been around. So they make it easy for me because of their personality types. What sort of targets do we set as a team? Again, sometimes you can get caught up in the end result. So, if you go and say, we want to win X number of games and you don't, then is that a failure? Well, maybe not. Maybe that team had a great night, so you only won 20 games for the year. You won 21 because the last game that team had a great night or whatever. So I try to focus on some of the bigger stuff. Like one of the goals we set is we don't want to lose at home at all. And we can just no home losses. So we just got to figure out a way. We're just not going to lose at home, no matter what the situation is, who's hurt, who's not. We played 8 games in a row, whatever it may be, we can't lose at home. And we just focus on that as a group. We're not losing at home. They visualize that. They walk into that gym on a home game night, and they can kind of, going back to what Selena said, visualize we're not losing tonight. I don't know how we're going to win, but we're not losing. So that they can focus on that and just stay with that. So that's one of the goals we set as a team. And the other thing is train hard. Every time they step on the court, I would rather for my player not to train than to come out and train soft. So they have to train hard to their fullest ability at all times. So those are probably the only 2 things as a group we really focus on. Like statistical percentages and stuff, I never ever show them. We never ever go, hey, you're shooting 30% and you're shooting 40%, so you need to be like him, and you're shooting 80% and you're shooting 20%. I never ever talk about stats because people get too caught up in that, and sometimes body language is more important than stats anyway. Nick Hill the other night against Perth went 1 for 9 from the field, but probably played his best game of the year. He was awesome on defense. He set us up. CJ was in foul trouble. Gibbo was in foul trouble. I need to run him at the point. He doesn't run a lot of point, but he came in, he steadied us for 4 or 5 minutes at the point. He played great D on the other end. He guarded their big men, their small men, but he shot 1 for 9. So if I just look at stats and go, what the hell's wrong with you? You went 1 for 9. I would damage all the other things that he did to help us be successful.
Do you look at the stats yourself?
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do behind closed doors with the coaches. We sit there and I'll probably look at them too much because I sit there and I look at them for 30 minutes, fold them up, put them in my pocket. I'm driving home, I'm at a stoplight, pull them back out, and I look at them again. I'll probably look at them too much, but I try to get some systematic feel for when we lose or when we play well versus the stats, but never really apply them to them. I know a couple different things. When we get, obviously, a lot of turnovers, we're more successful. Well, the other team get a lot of turnovers, not us. But when we get a lot of offensive rebounds, that means that we're running around, we're showing a lot of energy, so we usually win more games when we get a lot of offensive rebounds and force a lot of turnovers from the other team. So I'll look at those and go, yep. But I've looked at the stats on some nights where, statistically we shouldn't have won at all. And you look at them and you go, wow, we won. How did that happen? They had 20 more rebounds than us, and we shot 30%, and they shot, 50%. How did we win it?